Hello everyone, this is Tripper, and today we are playing Chivalry, Medieval Warfare. And with me again, I have some grandy dandy friends. I have Spook again, the beast that he is. He just can't stop helping me. Just can't stop turning me into cannon fodder for my tactics. And we have my friend Reithur, who is now a recruit for EQ. It's very, very cool. It's a very good clan to be a part of.
Seems like so far.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of cool dudes. Then again, so is Tempest and Syndicate for that matter. So we got a bunch of competitive dudes here. We're all really good, and we're going to get into this tier tactics on Matrixing. It seems like an eternity since you guys have started asking for this, so I just thought, let's just fucking do this shit already. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with some intro duels, as we always do. We're going to get into it. Here, Spook. I'm going to fuck you up. All right?
All right, let's go.
All right. Yeah, fuck. All right. Whoa. Oh, God, very nice. Oh, man.
Yeah, so you see there I used a few matrices and stuff.
Yeah, that was really nice. All right, you two can go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Oh, man. Oh, nice. All right.
Nice drag.
One more with me. Oh,
That was close.
oh gosh. Oh, yeah, Spook is the expert with matrices here. That's why I needed to have him definitively.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
in a nutshell, matrixing is just using attacks and like movement to manipulate your hitbox and your player model to make their attacks miss.
Yep. So it's a perfect way of explaining it. You're basically just using your WASD and your mouse to make it so your opponent can't hit you a bit easier. And it is a very underused tactic that is relatively simple to use once you get the grasp of it. So that's why I'm definitely showing you guys it today. And we're going to start by talking about how to do it properly. Give you guys an idea. So Spook, I'm going to try to hit you. You Matrix.
Yep.
All right. So I'm just going to start with a simple slash. Very, very nice. It was like a reverse duck, so to speak. A lot of people are used to ducking with slashes, but in this way, you can actually get a hit in without any penalty and not getting hit at the same time. So I'm going to try a stab as well. Very nice. And I'm trying to keep a level cursor just to show you guys what's normally going to happen. Normally, I would try to arc it towards him during the strike, but right now I'm just for showing purposes.
In that case, you just want to be further out when you matrix.
Mm-hmm. So I'll try to arc it towards him with a stab this time. See there? And we try to start from a normal position. Yeah. You can usually arc it in pretty good if you're close enough, but if you're far enough, then they can usually get out of the range. So if I'm here and I'm stabbing, it's much, much harder to arc it inward. And let me try to show you guys an overhead. Overheads, how we're going to explain, are generally kind of hard to matrix. So there, you see, it's pretty difficult. If I'm outside his range, it's pretty easy. But if I'm within his range, it can be pretty difficult to matrix it. But as you can see, you can generally do a lot of things. Slashes, however, are pretty easy. Yeah, you can just duck them even.
Yeah.
So that's how to do them. They're really not all that difficult. Spook, you're gonna say them.
Yeah, so to do the matrix, I'll just start with like the regular, like to matrix a stab or an overhead with a sword. Basically, you want to crouch, set your lower to the ground, look up, and so it puts your body kind of back a bit. And then when you attack, it'll, especially with an overhead, your whole body kind of leans back. So you use that to your advantage. So when they attack, you basically crouch, kind of look out so that the weapon's like in front of you instead of coming at you, and attack so that you can punish them while they're in release.
Okay, try hitting me, Spook. I'll try it.
All right.
Nice. All right, wait one more time. Wait. All right. There you go. There is a certain timing involved. If you don't have the proper timing, you can get messed up.
And when you matrix with an overhead, like that, you can either come around and hit him like with the middle of the swing, or if you're close enough, like you saw in the little duel earlier, you can kind of rotate it back and hit him with the reverse.
Nice. Okay.
Which, with the Maul, that can be really useful, especially for getting under slashes, is when you're up close like this, you see them start their attack, so you just go for a reverse like that, and you go under their attack and hit them first.
Okay. Reithur, try to stab him. Let's see what it looks like from an outside perspective. And just go ahead and stab him.
Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. So you see he's kind of curling backward. Go ahead, you guys can keep going. He's curling backward, and he's just barely getting out of the way of it. And then that way he did a reverse. Very nice execution. And it is pretty basic to pick up. It's just not many people actually use it.
Yeah, and overheads are normally you can't really matrix them. It makes it a lot easier if you're using a Maul type weapon, so like
Yeah, he's
Maul,
gonna switch to a
double
Maul.
X, Grand Base or something. Just because of the animation set that you have for movement. Because
Right.
with the swords, it's kind of static almost, like when you're moving, your torso's kind of in the same place. But with the Maul, if you're backing up and you hold an angle, your shoulders swing out a lot. So you can use that to your advantage. So when they're overheading, normally, like on your screen, when they're overheading you, it goes from top left to bottom right. So you can position yourself like this, so that it kind of slides down like over your chest, and then you keep backing up and rotating out this way.
Oh, man.
It's the same thing with the alt overheads, but you have to go to the other side.
Right.
And now, you want to parry when you do these too. So you do the whole standing matrix or the walking matrix with a parry, and that way, instead of their overhead coming down right like above you, it'll kind of go in front of you, and it makes it a lot more easier to parry, a lot more consistent.
Okay, gotcha. So that is a way to matrix overheads decently. However, most of the time the stabs and slashes are the easiest to matrix.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. Yeah, Reithur, go ahead and do an overhead on him, and I'll look how it looks, sort of from a backwards perspective. Very nice. Yeah, he's bending his torso backward. He's not crouching this time because the overhead.
Yeah, because
the verticality doesn't matter. Yeah, it's all based on your distance from the blade.
Yeah, because if you're crouching, you'll be a lot slower and you can't lean back as far.
Yep.
So they can drag it into you easier, but when you're walking, you move a lot faster than when you're crouching. So you can just walk away from it pretty much.
Yeah, very well said. Yeah, so you can matrix overheads. It's just slightly more difficult without the Maul.
So with the Maul, you can actually punish attacks a lot easier when you're matrixing. So right there, just like a stab or something. So you can go underneath their attack, like backwards, and hit them mid-attack. It's kind of something you don't want to just kind of do randomly. You want to kind of read when they're attacking and then go for the matrix, instead of just matrixing and hoping it works.
Hey, let me see that from my perspective.
Alright.
I'll stab you.
I missed.
One more time. Oh, nice. Hit you.
You have to go early like that.
Yeah.
And kind of swing under.
Full spin.
Yeah. You just kind of swing. Just spin yourself away from their weapon.
And with a longsword, that is a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Like you try to stab me or something. Yeah, you see, he'll end up hitting me because I'm not as low as you would be with a Maul.
Yeah. So when I crouch, look up, and I overhead, my guy bends back a lot further than with the swords.
You get really low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the comparison. Yeah. Go ahead and do a crouched overhead over here. Yeah, he becomes super low. He doesn't go just as far as Spook goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a slight difference. Just keep that in mind if you are a Maul player or considering playing with the Maul. All right, so that's good. And that was an example of a walking matrix. Just leaning backward while walking.
Yeah, I don't really consider it even a matrix anymore. It's more of just something to make over
footwork, right?
To parry. Yeah, it's just footwork.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're barely out of range too, instead of doing the whole like crouch, lean back, and attack matrix, you can just look up, because in Chivalry, when you look up and down, it moves your torso up and down. So say we're barely out of range with Tripper, and he attacks. just like stab. You can move
Oh.
back if
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
far
yeah.
back enough and
Mhm.
just get that little extra range.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. And in fact, if you throw in an overhead in that way, you can severely punish the other person.
Yeah,
Like-
or even a parry if you think it might drag into you.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Nice. So yeah, you can throw in a parry for good measure if you're not certain the other person is going to fully miss you. But if you're facing the wrong direction, it might obviously doesn't work.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, like you can punish the person attacking you by matrixing and attacking at the same time if you know they're not going to hit you. So just like that, yeah, like with the Maul. Reithur, you go ahead and try it. I'll try it on me, and I'll try to do that. Just stab me.
Just an overhead?
Stab me. Just like that. Yeah, so you can punish the other person. And stab me again, I'll try to block it this time. Because actually try to stab a drag it into me this time. There you go. Yeah, if you're not certain you can matrix it and you aren't blocking already, then it can be a good idea to block it.
And you don't want to
way.
go for the matrix every time either, because that gets predictable and they'll start just dragging it right into you. So you want to use it as kind of a mix-up, like pretty rarely when when they're not actually trying to like drag it into you like in face hug. Because really it's kind of weird. There's like a Goldilocks distance, like back far away where you can matrix easily, and really close where you can matrix easily. But, like if you're just like about this range, it's kind of harder.
It's harder, yeah, because it's
'Cause it
easier to
gives
drag it into the person, right?
Because you're a bigger target.
Yeah. Okay. So like try matrixing while I'm like right in face hug distance.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. You see, because when you're closer, the perspective is a lot larger. So if he backs up, that's a big chunk of your vision of him gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they're farther away, well, it's just harder to drag it into them.
Yeah, the distance is your enemy there.
Yeah, so it's really a distance game. So you have to know if you can based on how far away they are and what weapon they're using.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. The weapon makes a decent difference. I think that's all the basic matrix things. I wanted to try some other classes. If you had any other remarks on the do and don't matrix things, like I said, guys, the slash and stabs are the easiest to matrix. The overhead's a little more difficult, but if you can do a walking matrix decently well, it can be done.
Yeah, really, the only thing I have to say is just don't overuse it, because a lot of the times you will just get hit when you're doing it, and if you do it too much, then you'll just die more.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So you have to read what they're doing before you attempt a matrix, and not just matrix and hope that they miss.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like to matrix with a man-at-arms. It can be done, and you've probably seen in my videos of me doing it, kind of saving my ass with it. So, Spook, try to do a stab on me. Oh.
Yeah, there I hit your
Try
hand.
it again. Yep. Go ahead. Shit. I'm not actually crouching. Okay. Yep. There you go. It can be done. And since the man-at-arms has slightly faster movement speed, it can be easier man-at-arms, but it's also a higher risk for that reward.
Yeah, especially because the man-at-arms only has, or mostly just one-handed weapons.
Yeah, squishy as fuck.
And when you try to like crouch overhead with these, you don't go as far back as you do with like a Maul or like a two-handed sword.
The range is much more limited. So unless you're in that face hug distance, you most likely can't actually hit them with the matrix.
Yeah, so you just want to like do one of those where you just kind of look up and back up.
Yeah.
You don't want to just you don't want to attack. So
yeah. Reithur, if you want to change, you can change to the man-at-arms. Actually, that's okay. Go for it.
Sure.
I'll switch to the Vanguard. Whoa. Switch to the Vanguard. You can kill me, Spook, unless you don't want to.
I gotcha.
I was hoping you'd be merciful. Okay. Oh, I'm using just the perfect weapon for this. So, yeah, the Vanguard, it's a little similar to the Knight. However, if you're using a really long-ranged weapon, it can be cool because you can really mess with them by backtracking, but also doing an overhead and still hitting them. So,
yeah, you
like,
can matrix from a lot farther out.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, try to stab me with your hammer. It's a lot lower risk for me because there's a very low chance of him actually hitting me.
Especially after I attack. Once I notice that it missed, usually I'll start backing up. So if you have a really long weapon like the Zweihander, it'll hit me regardless.
Yeah, he started backtracking. Most normal weapons would have missed at that point.
Yeah.
Let me switch to that. Yeah. Go ahead. Reithur and Spook get set up. I'll watch Reithur matrixing Spook.
Yeah, you can
And
also
Try
matrix.
to, you mean?
try.
Yeah, you can matrix one-handers pretty easily too, because they're not as draggable.
Yeah.
It's kind of an all or nothing type of thing.
Because they're so fast, you don't really have a chance to arc them into the opponent.
Yeah. Usually
Alright.
you just want to like parry, but
So actually, Spook. Yeah, Spook. You try to matrix Reithur's stab here. Yep. So Reithur, go ahead. Nice. Yeah. So it's so fast they really can't arc it into them. Spook isn't even crouching because it's generally pretty easy to matrix that. Go ahead and give him a slash too. That'll probably make him crouch.
Yeah, for slashes you kind of have to crouch because you can't move to the side.
Yeah.
Also, just like a little offside, when you're ducking, you don't want to move because when you're crouching and you move, your body
You
pops
become
up.
bigger.
When you stop
Yeah.
moving, it sinks right down. So if you're going
Yep.
for like a crouch, just lay off the movement keys.
Give him a slash, Reithur. And very nice. Yeah, he was at a perfect distance to dodge that. And the great sword's another pretty long weapon. Spook, go ahead and matrix this just to see it. Very nice. And he may be ducking, but that kind of falls under the pretense of matrixing. He's messing with his player model to dodge hits, right?
Yeah.
It's a basic idea.
It's just a matrix that you don't punish with, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like you kind of can, but usually, like especially with ducks, you want to just do them as late as possible, so it gives them less time to drag it into you.
Oh, hi, Monk. Regu. He's not in the channel, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's basically it. Everything I think.
I believe so. We hit all the classes decently well. We can go ahead and do some funsy duels. Now that Spook's using his Maul, he's probably going to win a lot faster, even though he won all of them last time. Oh, God! Oh, God! Okay. And by faster, I mean instantaneously. Yeah, you can fight him, Spook. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
He won't know what hit him, so... Oh, my gosh! And Ragu's a really good player, too, so... Yeah. And try to throw in a matrix or two. Oh, very nice, Spook. The first dodge was a good matrix.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to try to fight Monk now. Oh, that was a terrible fail. Hold on. He's doing a lot of stabs, so I should be able to... Yes! Oh, that was a beautiful acceleration. Now, I was just close enough. Oh! I didn't expect to win that. That was actually some really good matrices. You guys go ahead and fight again.
Alright.
We got a little bit of time. Okay.
Yep.
That's all right, right there.
There's
That's
no
all right.
stress.
That's fine. Yeah, North stress. Oh. Yeah, you see if you... Oh, man. If you get on the same level as them, if you also crouch, it can be a lot harder to matrix the strike. Let me go man at
Yeah,
arms.
and there I wasn't close or far enough away for it to work.
And I couldn't have matrixed that last one because it was so fast. It was a riposte. See, Ragu is a really good player, so he can arc his blade really well.
Yeah, he's punishing it.
Oh, nice. You're stamming him.
Yeah, I could have just gone for the stand kill.
It's all right.
And there again.
You can go ahead and crush his face the next time he gets stammed. Oh.
Man.
Uh-oh.
That's embarrassing.
Oh.
Wait up for it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. It's a comeback.
This isn't really going so well.
Okay, he's about to get stammed.
There
Thank
we go.
you. Very good.
Get
All
that
right.
over with.
Reithur, this is... Go for it. I'll try to... Oh, God, I didn't even... Whoa. Nice. just kind of throwing these in a bit too much. And try not to matrix a lot. I mean, you know, if you're fighting like one person after another, then it's fine to do it a lot. But if you're fighting the same person, matrixing every blow will get them in the habit of arcing their blade towards you, so it'll be less effective.
Yeah, usually going for one matrix, if it doesn't work, you don't really go for another one.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to work either.
Oh, that flash feint. Oh, very nice.
I usually play man-at-arms, and I find people with messers tend to go for headshots, so do people with halberds or other big weapons. So it makes it pretty easy to duck or matrix.
That's a very good point. The psychology of matrixing can kind of mess with you if you're using a high damage weapon. You want to go for the head, so that makes it a lot easier to block. All right. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Baller. Oh.
That was close.
Yeah. Good fight. Oh, you got this, Spook. Come on. Come on.
Hey, stabbed.
Nice. All right. I think that's good enough. We just broke 20 minutes. Very nice. Any more closing points you guys think of making?
I think I covered everything.
Yeah, we got matrixing very, very well. Thank you. Just as a sort of summary, remember, matrixing is just about anything that manipulates the player model in such a way to help you defend and potentially get a free hit on your opponent. Matrixing slashes and stabs are a bit easier than overheads. However, overheads can be done with walking matrixes. And matrixes with all classes will work. It's just with longer ranged weapons it can be more difficult. Oh, and with faster weapons it can also be easier if you know when the attack is coming, or harder if you don't see it coming.
Yeah, in the description, Chip will probably put the link to a guide that I helped write.
I meant to mention that. Yeah,
Yeah,
him and another really good Chivalry player wrote a really good guide. It's been out for a long time, but it's not really outdated. It's got a lot of really good topics in it. I highly recommend you guys give it a read. It'll probably teach you a lot.
Yeah, it goes over all the matrix and stuff that we pretty much did today.
As well as like dragging and a couple other really good tactics.
And parries and other stuff, so check it out.
Oh man, too fast.
Nice
So
tactic.
yeah, anything else, guys? Think it's solid? I think it's solid. That was a beautiful tactics.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out that guide I linked below. Thank you so much, Spook and
Yeah, no
Reithur.
problem.
You guys are the broiest
are
of
welcome.
bros. Thanks, Ragu, for pooping in the server. If you can't hear me, but you know he'll see himself in the video and be like, "Hey, I was in the video." That'll be fun. So thank you guys again. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. If you did, like, favorite, subscribe. Share it if you loved it. As always, have a grand day. Spook, please don't crush my face. Ah! See you guys next time.